Hi everyone, welcome to Color Conversations with Crawford Street. I'm Tanner. I'm the lead designer and the founder of Crawford Street Designs in Marietta, Georgia. And I am so excited to be here talking with you guys. Our first color of 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm excited because if you're here, you're ready for a color adventure. You're ready for something to change, and you're going to use color to make that happen, right? Or you're at least starting that journey. So I applaud you, and I want to say I'm proud of you. Change can be hard. Change can be the one thing that you are going after so much, but the first step can almost seem too overwhelming, and you can have like analysis paralysis because you may want something so much that you don't know really where to start. So a new year is a fantastic time and season in life to bring old to new and to just bring life to something that maybe has felt forgotten about, and just for changes to happen. Even though it's hard, change can be awesome. And bring it back to the design world, we say nothing makes a change like paint. Nothing gives you the most change, the bang for your buck. Like paint, you can paint almost anything, and it has to be the right product and the right application. But you can really dramatically change a lot with just color. And so that's what we want to be here for, is to help guide you guys through colors that have worked really well in certain instances, and colors that we have loved, and popular colors, and colors that are just collections that are inspired by something, and we want to bring them to you and say, here's when they've worked best for us, here's what we love about it, here's what you need to be cautious about, and that's what we're here for. That's Color Conversations. So in saying that, we just finished a fall collection, and right now we are going into a wintry inspired collection of colors. So let's get into it, okay? The first color of our wintry collection mix is Sherwin-Williams, upside down, 9164 Elusive Green. Okay, seems basic green at first, which is nice, right? Because basic is not necessarily bad in design. It does not translate to boring, always. And basic can be just very foundational. It can be a very good starting point. It can be a very good characteristic of a color when you already have a color palette. And so you're like, I want to pull in something and I want to change something, but the color cannot be out there. It cannot be striking. It cannot be dominating. It cannot be bold. I need it to just be kind of nice. So this is a non-in-your-face, non-striking, right at you, subtle color, but that can make a dramatic change. Like I said, it can make a big difference in places. So it's green, but it's so muted that it's elusive green, right? It's greenness only shows up at opportune times. And I say opportune because you want to create when you want this to pop green, right? If you want it to pull a little more softer green, a little more gardeny, you could have a floral wallpaper, floral pillows in front of it, something around it to really tell the eye, this is the type of green I want you to see in this color, but it can also pull very more masculine even. It could be very subtle. It's got enough gray in it that it's not super florally, and it's not super like, oh, that just reminds me of a garden, even though it is just basic, right? It is just starting off a basic green gray. And if you get it in natural light, like we always say in colors, you're going to see more of the green in the natural light. So if you're looking for exterior or a room that gets bright, dominant, direct light on it, it's going to look more like this. It is going to look more of a, for total lack of a better word, but a pastel-y green. It's not going to be, like I said, bold or sharp. It's not going to give you dramatic edges, you know, and lines on things, but it's going to be a big change. And here's why. If you have a piece of furniture that you're like, it is so orange. We hear this a lot. Or we have honey pine floors and they're so orange, or we have honey pine cabinets and they're so orange. It's not that you have to take away all that orange and get rid of all that orange for your palette to shift, right? This is a great color to bring into a very warm honey colored palette because it's got green, so it's going to be warm enough to pull with like that very warm wood, but it's got enough gray that you see it's totally muted, right? It almost cuts into that orange, the grayness. It really just says, hey, there's too much warmth, and I'm just gonna settle that down, calm that down right now, okay? So this is a great color to infuse if you have a lot of warmth and you're just trying to kind of balance out, bring in some more neutrality. This is perfect for that. So another place we've used this color kind of for the same reason. Or a bunch of reasons. We were renovating a full renovation of a house. It was somewhat traditional and we kept some of those features. So we did paint the brick exterior, but we left some of the window surrounds, some of the garage details. So there were still original brick accents. And on the interior, we left some of the original wood paneling, like around this beautiful 2-story fireplace. And so we really kept in line with the traditional features and the style, the characteristic of the house. But we did bring in a lot of modern updates. So we took away all the upper cabinets in the kitchen and only did there was a whole nother separate pantry cabinet. I would say that don't just go taking out all your old upper cabinets in your kitchen unless you have a lot of base cabinetry. But we had this one wall where we just were able to bring the countertop backsplash all the way up. And in doing this, it was this super neat mixture of traditional, modern, trendy, yet like my parents would walk in and be very excited about it. Also, my interns would walk in, very young group, a crowd, and would be very excited about it. This ended up being the accent color for the shutters on the outside, and it became the interior door color. So this was nowhere in the house except for the doors. And the reason we did that was because it was a good structured piece. Every piece had structure on it. And so this soft color had more strength to it. You know, I didn't just paint this on a little wicker basket or a round mirror to make it even more softer. We put this softer color on stronger features, elements with stronger features, right? So that we gave it structure and we gave it clean lines. And so this was on all the doors, but also because of the way that we had done this color palette in the house, there was a white, a very, very, very light gray, Gossamer Vale, and the white was Greek Villa, and then we had a dark, dark, dark green called Cast Iron. And that was our most prominent accent color. That was the accent color that we did on like the ceiling of the powder room, the ceiling of the laundry room, the kitchen island. So we did all of that in the cast iron. So then we thought, how do we bring in this more subtle green that's going to tie into that cast iron, that's going to tie into those grayish walls, that's going to feel traditional enough to go with original brick and original wood paneling and everything, but also trendy, modern enough to really pick up on like these more modern concepts that we did. And so this was the perfect color for that. It introduced some green, it pulled in the gray, it was old and new and traditional and modern. It was enough green to be like, that is so soft and beautiful and lovely, and it just stood out exactly where we needed it to stick out. But you could absolutely put a million, maybe a lot of colors with this, and it would fit right in. Like I said, its grayness, its mutedness makes it so versatile for palettes. And especially if you don't have it in natural sunlight, it's really gonna hint more at gray, and that elusiveness of the green is gonna be way more elusive when you don't have natural light on it. But again, if you're kind of needing a color to balance out another color or to insert itself into an already existing color palette, well, and you know you want it to hint at green, or maybe you want it to look soft gray, because when I say that this can pull gray, it's not an industrial gray. It's not a cool, boring gray, for lack of a better term. It is a soft, like I said, it's a beautiful, almost enchanting greenish gray. But where you put it and what you put around it and when the light hits it, again, all these are ways that you can decide how much green you want to come out of it. So if this sounds like, yeah, I was totally here for elusive green, and the way you've described it is exactly what I need, then awesome. Like I said, insert it into your palette and think about the ways that you're applying it. Because it is a soft color, what does the rest of your space need? Does it need this soft color to be on something strong, or is the rest of your space already very linear and structured, like a kitchen or a bathroom, and already has so many literal grid lines where you have cabinetry lines and tile lines? You know, that ends up being a very harsh, design concept when kitchens and bathrooms, just because of the linear geometric angles. So that may be where you're like, ooh, so I want to take this color, this softer color, and put it on something softer. I want to have a softer effect. So then maybe it's a round coffee table, or a round side table that you're painting to bring this in, or like I said, a round mirror. This doesn't have to be walls, doesn't have to be cabinets. Paint can go, like I said, on pretty much anything, but we have used these on doors. We have used these on cabinets and walls. Elusive green is a great color. And it's one of those where its name is really applicable. It's just enough green to like hint at the fact that I've got this color here, but it's not your average run-of-the-mill color, right? There's a little something special about it, and it pops up green when I want it to. Or if you heard me describe this and you're like, Tanner, I think it's actually a little more gray than I was thinking, or maybe it's too soft and I was wanting, sorry, the sun's now coming in doing something funky with the lighting. If it feels like it's maybe not quite your color because of now seeing it in different lighting and the way we've described it, or why we used it, or when it's worked well, and you feel like you need to adjust and you need help with that, reach out. We'd love to help you, and our contact information is in the description. So if you haven't already subscribed and you want to talk about more colors, then please subscribe. Like I said, we bring our favorite colors to you. We want you to gain the same wisdom and knowledge and even experience that we gain from our own color adventures. Okay? So thanks for being here, everybody. I hope that you enjoy your color adventures with Elusive Green, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Just kidding, it's not over, you guys. I went out on an install and then was like, you know what? I forgot to totally mention a bunch on that video. I think that clearly I wasn't prepared to come in and do a video, but I just missed talking to you guys about color, and we had already kind of formulated the winter palette, and I was like, I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna start with Elusive Green. It's one of my favorites. I didn't even mention I had the opportunity to go work with Sherwin-Williams and a bunch of other designers in Atlanta to do a designer color forecast for, what we thought we could see trending and coming in. And it was really awesome. We each got to pick one color, and write about it. And it was featured across their marketing platforms and stuff. And my color was Elusive Green. And I didn't even mention that. So that should tell you how much I am charmed by this color. You know what I mean? It really does a good job of bringing something unique to the project, the space, right? Another thing is I didn't even mention, so the reason we picked this for our wintry collection, which you wouldn't expect maybe a green to be the first, but we happened to be staging the other day, and we were like pulling out our greenery bin, you know, building our greenery pieces that we were going to use. And we started going, you know, these feel too summery. These greens feel like they've gotten too much sun on them. And we just need these greens that feel like they're a winter green, right? Like almost like the sun is only going to show you it's green at certain times of the day. You're not going to get that full, you know, greenness. And so this is so representative of that and of how we felt like greenery is displayed or thought of or represented, I guess, in the wintertime. And the last thing I didn't go over, which is kind of important, especially if you follow along on the videos, because I want you to have a reference point, is the LRV. It's 29, so it's actually pretty deep. You know, it's actually, if 0 is absolute black and 100 is, you know, pure white, then this is pretty deep. However, like I said, because it has gray and even a bit of a cooler, like I said, that kind of winter undertone, it's soft. So it is deep, but it is soft. It is not bold, right? So it's deep and it's impactful, like we said, but it's not bold. Okay, so I just wanted to like wrap all that up with I went through the whole day installing it. I was like, I didn't even say that. I didn't even talk about this. I didn't even talk about this. So now for real, this is the end of this video. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.